I call to order this meeting of the Southfield Redevelopment Authority Board of Directors. Pat O'Leary has requested to participate remotely tonight, and I've reviewed her request and determined that it would be a hardship for her to travel in person to the meeting tonight. So we will need we also have a physical quorum present, so we'll need a vote to allow Pat to participate remotely, and then thereafter we'll need to take each vote by roll call.
I'll make a motion to.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstaining, that's unanimous, and we will dial in Pat.
Hello?
Hi Pat, we are here, we dialed you in, we just made it with a physical quorum here, so you have Tom, Dave, Kelly, me, and Chris Permiano.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from January 17th, 2018.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to abstain because I know you. Yes.
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
Okay, so that is 5 with 1 abstaining. The next item on the agenda is ratification of the execution of Amendment 2 to the 2011 EDC purchase agreement. So this came up urgently during the past week. You'll see it in your notebook tonight, as well as a memo from our attorney recommending the execution. The Navy wanted this executed before January 31st, 2018. We got it at the last minute. They asked if I would execute it and seek ratification from the board at the next meeting. So that is what I did execute it, and I'm seeking ratification of my signature tonight from the board.
And we received.
So move to ratify?
Yep. When the board members have our memo from council, as well as the agreement itself in your binders. The memo from council is obviously attorney-client privilege for board members, and then the agreement itself is.
So I'll second Pat's move to ratify your signature.
Any discussion on the motion? Tom?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Lindsay, yes. Chris?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is a state audit update. So all of the board members received the draft state audit. Eric's been working with our attorneys, and now Paul is obviously looped in. Any non-privileged updates on status?
Well,
tonight?
I've been working with colleagues, from the attorneys that you have on this right now. And as far as the draft is concerned, I have some concerns about what was in the draft, and have expressed them to her, and I'm working with her, and she'd like to run some scenarios. And I'm going to work with her probably tomorrow and possibly over the weekend, depending on how much time it takes to take a look at that and come up with a reply to get back to the state. I believe someone got back to the state to let them know that we were
Yes.
going to be a little late on the reply. I think they wanted it by the end of this week, but
They did.
considering the amount of time, I think the effort that we need to put into the reply, I think it warrants a couple extra days.
I think that's right.
I don't know that I can get into much more beyond that.
At this point, I think that's it, just the status. We've asked for a little bit more time to respond, and we're working with the attorneys, and Eric, Paul, and I have all been involved in that, and all of you have seen it and are also welcome to speak to the attorneys if you have specific concerns, but I think we're on a good path to get our response.
And I've been down the same path with the same type of opinion before, and I had the same conclusion, so I feel comfortable with what the argument is anyways.
Great. The next item on the agenda are the F-118 abatements update.
Yeah, I've taken a look at a bunch of the different information, how you've done things in the past, and the treasurer had previously sent out your commitment for your assessment of the pledged revenue and the assessment of the special assessments to the various towns. And I don't feel comfortable doing that. It's just the treasurer of the board actually ought to be the ones that do the commitments. So in the future, if you want to have the treasurer do that, that's fine. But at this point in time, I'd like to get the board to move this forward, if you would, please. And in front of you, you've got a few different ones. And there's the first thicker of the packet is the one that's to Weymouth. And it's got behind it all the detail of how we came up with the pledged revenues split out by residential and commercial for each of the towns, as well as the special assessment in the back. I had run across some issues when we were doing the special assessments. Apparently, there were some parcels that were on here the previous year that they knew needed to come off, and they didn't come off last year. And for some reason, it wasn't flagged to come forward this year. I put this together and reviewed it with Unicap. And so they ended up coming through. So there's an abatement that's going to follow in this packet here for those items as well. I've had a lot of communication with some of the residents that brought this to my attention. And I've been working with them to kind of ease what's going on and make sure that we make it right.
So what happened, what happened in the previous, just to kind of memorialize a little bit?
Well, what happened is the parcels had been gotten to the point where there was an occupancy permit. They should have been pulled off as an assessment, special assessment to the owners, and they were not. And this was even as far back as the last time, but I believe 3 of these at least were at that point. So they ended up getting charged again this year. I think they resolved it with the people by either a refund or something in the past year.
Right.
And then this year, I'm hoping to do an abatement and told those people, listen, this is, you were charged in error. And typically with an abatement, you have to pay it and then you get it back. But considering this was an error on our part, I spoke to them and said, listen, I'm pretty sure that the board will not require you to have to pay this up front, considering it was an error. There are a couple other ones that I'm researching right now of common areas. And it's a little more complex with that because it's really not a building permit or an occupancy certificate on those. I want to get back with Unicap and follow up on those ones. But the ones that are in the back here that I'll get to later, those will be addressed once I get a chance to look at them in the future.
That was my next question. Going forward, how do you
Jim Young and myself went over and visited with the staff in Weymouth and come up with a way of dealing with this so we can limit, I'm not going to say 100% it'll never happen again, but it'll limit the chance of being any errors. They send the accountant, myself, they send Jim, and they keep a record themselves of all the applications for building permits and certificates of occupancy. And I think that this should greatly reduce this from happening in the future, which is really my main concern. I can't rewrite what happened in the past, but we can try and prevent it from happening in the future.
So I have a comment and a question. The comment is, thank you, Eric, did town work on this, and it's not a lot of money to us, and it is a lot of money to the people involved.
Right.
And the second thing is the remaining parcels are New Upland, probably, I assume, right?
I don't want to get into who
Okay,
they
all
are
right.
just yet until I have a chance to actually
All
research
right, you know
them.
what, all right, I'll hold on.
Yeah, because I don't want to say that we're going to be giving them
Yep.
a refund and then have it not be the case, quite frankly.
Fair enough.
So the first packet there is for Weymouth, and it's the total amount that we're looking to get from them is $1,143,781, of which $706,876 is pledged revenue, and that comes from their portion of our portion of the tax effect back to us from Weymouth, being either 25 or 35% based on whether it's at the building permit stage or the certificate of occupancy stage. And then the second half is the special assessments, and which is before you hit the stage of occupancy. And those two combined together are the commitment that I would like to have you approve to bring to Weymouth, and it's for the $1,143,781. And I would appreciate it to be able to the board.
And just so I have it right too, Eric, they collected $2,422,991 in revenues. And that's the sheet here, just
Yes,
Okay.
if it's in the summary. for-
total revenue, that's their collected revenues, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a win-win for the town, for sure.
How do you wanna form a motion?
Motion
I
to
think we
make
should
a
do them
commitment of the
individually.
1,143,70 and 1 to
Yes.
I'll make a motion
commit.
to commit $1,143,781 from the town of Weymouth.
I'll second that motion. Great. Any discussion on the motion? Tom?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Lindsay, yes. Chris?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
Okay, and using that same summary sheet, because nobody else, none of the other three towns are involved in special assessments, I'd like to do the same thing for both Rockland and Weymouth. You can see on the summary sheet that was right after the packet for Weymouth there, the amounts for the pledge revenue for Rockland and Abington are there. The Rockland one, if you could make a motion to commit $7,646 in revenue pledge to the town of Rockland.
I'll make a motion to commit payment of $7,646 to the town of Rockland.
Second. Any discussion? Tom?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Lindsay, yes. Chris?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
Eric, on the Abington letter, I think you wanna put.
Exact same thing.
Is it $2,014 instead of?
Actually, Eric,
Yes, it's 2014, sorry, did I miss that?
yeah, there's an error at the bottom
Oh,
of
I'm
the page.
sorry, on the bottom for commit, I'm sorry, the top is,
So I'll make a motion to commit $2,014 from the town of Abington for payment.
Second.
Any discussion? Tom?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Lindsay, yes. Chris?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
And then the last page is the four identified abatements that I'd like to send to Weymouth so that they can remove these from the commitments before they even have a chance to collect them. They're aware of it, I sent this to the collector in Weymouth as well as spoken with the property owners directly on these here. If you could approve an abatement of $7,156 of the special assessments.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Tom?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Kelly? Yes. Lindsay, yes. Chris?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
The next item on the agenda for tonight had been the interim treasurer contract extension, and I think at this point, we're not ready to move forward with that, and I think Eric may be working with Paul to transition some things and come up with a plan going forward for the treasurer duties here.
I'd like to speak to you if I may, and that is, I've really appreciated the opportunity to do this with you, but I'm finding that the amount of hours that it's taking for this position is quite a bit more than what I thought. It's much more than a day-to-day activity, and I think honestly, I think you really need to rethink this position, quite frankly. I think there's a lot more that this position could offer. And working the two jobs is taxing me much more than I thought it would. And I've given you as much time as I can on the evenings and the weekends, and it's just, it's not enough. And there's a couple of things that I've fallen behind on, and that's not the level of work that I'm used to providing for people. And so I would urge you to find somebody that can fill this position. During that time, I will stay here and I will work until you can find somebody in that position. Once you get them, I will still help train that person going forward. And if you need me to come back to do work, here and there, that's fine as well. I'd be more than glad to help you out with that. But this takes more hours than what I have available, truly.
Well, we really appreciate all of your hard work and dedication on it, and appreciate that you're willing to stay through. And I think that this is a place where my feeling is Paul will can help us assess what our needs are and consider what some of our options are in terms of getting, what of this can fall on Paul more as an executive director task, what strict finance tasks do we need someone else for, and what the right solution is. for finding someone, so unless the board has other thoughts, I would like for, Paul to consider this over, say, the next month and have a recommendation for us at our first meeting in March.
I support that, I think that's a great idea, to really get a feel of what we truly need.
Yeah, no, Eric's been great, Mary Jane's been great, and normally when there's sort of an executive change, a municipality might call in someone to do sort of a forensics audit and give them the transition and some of the abrupt nature of some of the financial transitioning. Eric has really sort of filled in that space and sort of provided a lot of information. But I think what we're both figuring out pretty quickly here is that there's a lot to do. So I think I think Eric and I will be able to work on something, I'll be able to come back with a recommendation in the meeting after next.
Is that timeframe okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. I realize that, I would never want to leave anybody in the position that you were left previously, quite frankly. And I want, I've got a lot vested in this project from Rockland's point of view. And I want to make sure that this transition, as well as I can. I mean, I've been putting as much time as I am, and I still am realizing that I can't keep up with as much of what needs to be done here. So I'll give it my best between now and then.
If I could quickly, I know you're not leaving right away, but if we could send a letter to the town.
I'm leaving right now.
No, I know you're not. No, you're not.
You should, actually, it's getting
We
icy
know
out
where
there.
you are, but send a letter of appreciation to the town of Rockland and Eric personally. I mean,
Certainly.
the work we had to go through in the last, I've talked to Eric, I don't know how many Saturdays and Sundays over the last few months, and I'm sure Lindsay has too, and asking different questions, and I truly appreciate it, and I know the work that went into getting us around the bend, because I know we were in a little tough spot when you came in, and really appreciate it, so, thank you.
Stick that in the resume file.
Great. Next on the agenda is topics not reasonably anticipated 48 hours in advance of the meeting, and I do not have any. And then I will open to public comment on the topics from tonight's meeting. Seeing none, our next meeting is on February 21st, 2018, and I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Tom?
Yes?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Lindsay, yes. Chris?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Pat.
Bye, Pat.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie.